Hey everyone, LiteCast here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Select and Mask tool. So the subject of our photo today is my fursona Monday. And we're going to be isolating Monday from our beach background. But the challenge of using that transparency tool like the magic eraser tool is it doesn't quite cut the full length of the picture out. It might even take too much out, especially with all these stray hairs. And just playing around with that is a little too much. So what you can actually do is go into the marquee tool, which is in the tools section. And once you select that, go to the toolbar at the top and you'll notice a select and mask button is now selectable. Go ahead and click it and now you're in the select and mask space. Now, normally it will be in the 100% transparency when you're in the properties window because you're in onion skin mode, which basically means this is what you will actually see if you were to click OK and bring the picture back into the original layer to begin with. But we're doing non-destructive edits, which basically means that we're going to be editing the photo without actually destroying or deleting the original photo. It's just hiding the original photo and creating a new layer with the transparent image, which is way better than deleting the actual photo when using the magic eraser or even the quick selection tool in the original Photoshop settings. So bring the transparency down in onion mode to about 50% so you can get a better picture of what you're seeing in the background and what you're going to be preserving. Click the quick selection tool, make sure it's in positive mode or plus mode, plus sign, and make sure your size is to a setting that you like. Go ahead and select the subject and just kind of graze over all the pixels that you want to preserve in the picture. Don't worry about things not being perfect because in general you're going to be able to fix the edges and make things look a little more fine and dandy after you've gone through it the first time. Just make sure you get all the pixels you need, and if you're not too sure you can go down to the zoom tool and zoom in on the picture. And then just select all of his tail and his pants. And I think we did a pretty good job there. And it looks pretty good. Now all we need to do is just refine the edges. So all you need to do is just click the Refine Edges tool. And just go through the parts where you feel like the edges need to be refined. There's not really very much I see here because there's other tools you can use in the second that will help you fix those edges. But we definitely want to bring the size of the Refine Edges tool up just slightly. I'd say 30 pixels for this picture. Maybe zoom into the area you want to focus on for now. And then go back to Refine Edges and start cleaning up those edges that just look like they need to be taken care of just a little bit more, you know? And that looks pretty good to me, honestly. I don't know about you all, but that looks like a pretty good edit. If we were to bring it up to full transparency, boom. That's how it looks when he's fully rendered out. And in order to fix it even further, you can select the radius of your edge detection in the properties window. You can even use smart radius, and I'm going to show you some of the differences when you do that here. We're in smart radius, and it just very slightly kind of brushes out and pushes out those edges to fill them in. But if you're not too sure, you can use the smart radius, the radius tool, and it can automatically fix it for you. Just don't overdo it because it might bring too much of the background back in. And once you do that, it'll fix those extra hairs around the fur or your hair or the subject that you're working with. Then you can smooth over that with the Global Refinements tool, which is usually minimized, and you open it and you can smooth it out, feather it, which I don't recommend using because it'll just make it look a little bit like you're adding a drop shadow in the background, and then shifting edges, which I also don't really do. I might contrast it just slightly to make it look more full, and then I might use the decontaminate color section, which will make all these blue pixels fill in with the fur. So once we do that, it should fix it just a little bit. Yep, and that looks pretty good. I think we're pretty good set there. Now all you need to do is click the output settings. You can create a new layer. You can create a new layer with the layer mask, a new document, or a new document with the layer mask, depending on what kind of project you're working with or if you want to export it. But we're going to keep it in this layer, and this is something called a non-destructive edit because we're not deleting the original photo. And we'll show you what we mean by that in a second. So we click OK with new layer and it creates a new layer mask. And so this is the new layer mask with the new layer, and this is the original photo. Non-destructive basically means that the original photo is preserved, and all we need to do if you ever want to go back to it is simply not shy the layer. And if we zoom out, it's still there. And anytime we want to work with it, we can just go back to it and replace it and create a new layer and do anything from that. So it's a really handy tool to use when you're trying to fix a photo up. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like our video, please leave a like. That really makes us happy. If you'd like to see more content like this one or see Monday featured in a future video, click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notifications bell icon to stay up to date anytime we make a new video. And until next time, this is LiteCast and see you all in the next one. Bye!